boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. We next my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage out of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday night, number 2 for Friday. Hope you enjoyed Friday night, tights. I was not there, but that's okay. Many people don't like it when I'm there anyway, so I'm just helping out the people that hate me. All of the people in the comments. They're crying every week. Jeremy, we don't want Jeremy here. So I was like, fine, fuck you. I won't show up. But in all reality, had multiple streams today. But hope you're all doing well. We have more to talk about. Don Lemon is out of jail. Sources are saying that Don Lemon actually wanted to go to jail so he could get fucked in the ass. And so he got what he wanted, and now he's out of jail. His white husband is very upset with him, though, so I'm not sure what to believe right now, but we will try to figure it out. Packing Protons, who tags me on Twitter all day long with stories, and I do appreciate that. Packing Protons, always trying to keep me in the loop, so I do appreciate that. Says Monday Matt, wow, the first YouTuber I found during the Feig Busters 2016 era. Have not thought about him in a long while. Graduated to VR afterwards. Upgrade. I wonder how Mundane Matt is doing. I hope he's doing well. I really do. Good old Mundane Matt. Stormbreaker says, all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy and King Trump. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And he drops a Cobra la. Cobra la 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 la. LA is crazy right now. I have video of that. Alex Arrowcave says WWE sucks, but rumor is Jericho's Rumble return. I don't care about that. I really don't, man. Until Triple H is gone, I just can't take it seriously. I just can't do it. Beardo's Girl says Jeremy cute. Bubba Dank says Don Lemon, Maduro, and Diddy. We are working on one heck of a prison freak-off part, or we're working on one heck of a prison freak-off party. Now just need Fry, Walls, and Omar. That is a place I don't want anything to do with at all. Not even close. Holy crap, guys. Okay. Samsung just dropped a $500 super chat, ladies and gentlemen. $500. Had to give Jeremy a big super chat in order to correct the timeline of our universe, since Jay got 1,200 gifted memberships on his show this morning. Damn, Samsung, you mad lad. Do you know what's awesome about geeksandgamers.com? Geeksandgamers.com has an article on Drunk 3PO's big time stream today. So that is cool. Hail to Drunk 3PO and hail to Samsung. My goodness. I shared this because my stream yards, they're not popping up. I see Hayden Wayne dropped $100 too. They're not popping up. But thank you for correcting the universe. This is important right here. All right. Samsung is on another level today, says Epically Eddie. Let's see. TXC Cam says, you mad lad? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Samsung. And Hayden Wayne for $100 says, I have been having issues with my Meta PC. I picked it up in 2024. Looks like an EC failure. I contacted Meta PC about it, and they immediately went to work helping me, contacting the motherboard manufacturer and getting me hooked up with a free repair after warranty. Code 199. Look at that. Meta PC, man. That's why we use them as a sponsor. So use that promo code 199 if you're interested. And thank you, Hayden. I'm glad they got you taken care of. That's good to hear. And I'm glad you're doing well. I saw you member message and you said, damn, I've been here a while. 34 months for Hayden Wayne right there. 34 freaking months. Thank you so much, Hayden, for all of your support over the years. And Samsung, you crazy SOB. Absolutely nuts, man. What the hell? It was announced on earlier CobraCast, but if you go over to geeksandgamers.com, we have the 2026 Meetup RSVP link. So if you click that link, it will take you here, and this is to RSVP for our meetup on Saturday night on the 21st of March, MegaCon weekend. Me, Critical Drinker, Gary, Ryan, Jay, and many others are going to be there. It will be awesome. Rippo will be there, the whole G&G crew. I hope you guys will come out here and hang out with us. It will be a lot of fun. Bennis says, Jeremy is a really stupid person. You want to know how stupid I am, Bennis? I'm going to highlight your comment, and somebody's going to send me money because of your comment calling me stupid. So you tell me who the stupid person is. Now, I understand this is the greatest moment of your life. This is the greatest moment of your life, okay? Your penis has not been this hard since you watched Brokeback Mountain. I know this is an exciting moment for you. I do understand that. I recognize that this is the moment. You're like, I didn't get a Brokeback Mountain sequel, but at least Jeremy acknowledged my existence. And so there you have it. This is the greatest day of your life. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. No, he meant the quartering. That would be funny if he did mean the quartering and I just roasted the shit out of him. Jeremy ignores trolls. What? Never. I don't have the ability. I'm like Walter White. Even though I know that my best course of action is to just accept where I'm at, I have to keep going. And I'm going to be miserable for it. I understand this, okay? I get it. So there you have it. Someone cooked here. Yeah, I mean, I could just, if I would just listen to Mike, I would have been fine. And yet, you know, we had a good thing going with Gus, and yet here I am ruining everything. You just shut up and do your job. But your ego gets in the way. There's the five. It finally populated there. So Samsung with your $500. But you got to drop another one, apparently. That's what the chat said. I'm just telling you what the chat said, Samsung. I don't make up the rules. That's just what the chat said. Thank you, Samsung. Seriously, appreciate it. And not only for supporting this channel, but just all, you're awesome, man. And it does mean a lot that you do so much support for the people out there in the 199. So thank you so much. Russ Trucker says, truck driver driving from Pensacola to Dallas tonight. Hail the 199. Let's have some fun in lib tears. Well, first of all, respect to the truck driving working man. And be safe. Pensacola to Dallas. What is that? What is that? Is that like a 12 to 15 hour drive? Something like that? Am I right about that? But yeah, respect to the truck driving working man. I think it's about 12 to 15 hours if I'm not mistaken. But be safe out there on the road. And as always, swig of water for the working man. and respect the truck driving working man while you're on the road. This is very, very important right here. Freezing weather in Dallas tonight, really? Let's see. 10-hour drive, 700 miles. Okay, 10-hour drive. There you go. So I think there's a Buc-ee's. Well, there's definitely a Buc-ee's on I-10 right outside of Pensacola. Probably 45 minutes. And then I'm sure there's another, obviously, once you get to Texas, there's going to be many Buc-ee's. But Buc-ee's is the greatest place on earth. And Buc-ee's could actually give us world peace if they would just open up a Buc-ee's everywhere, except for the Middle East. Nobody cares about that. They'll still kill each other over there. But everywhere else, if you put a Buc-ee's there, it will give us world peace. And thank you for becoming a member as well. Have a safe trip, sir. Stormbreaker says Don Lemon dropped the soap tax. Lady Estella says, Hail 199, Jeremy, will you be weather casting this weekend? Blizzard-like conditions in North Carolina with winds nearing hurricane force levels. Get that grift. Well, I have some family stuff going on tomorrow during the day, but I'm planning on streaming tomorrow night, but I don't know what time yet. And then we'll see about Sunday, but I do have some things going on tomorrow during the day. But we'll see about tomorrow night. Gearmaster says, here's your stupid tax. Or here's my your stupid tax. Well, I confirmed what Ben has said because I couldn't even read your super chat. But thank you for the $10. Jeremy is stupid tax. There's another one. So Jeremy stupid tax, stupid Jeremy tax. How am I supposed to keep up with this? Stupid Jeremy tax, and then Jeremy stupid tax. They're back to back. You know what I mean? So Bennis was right the whole time. So was the quartering dead fucking channel. JJ says Jeremy is almost as stupid as the people who send him super chats. Oh, wait. Thank you. Well played, sir. Well played. Lapcoat says, I figured out how to spend that $10,000 super chat, but you skipped it. Don't scroll back. I just refunded it, so I didn't interrupt your flow. That always gets you emotional. Your feelings come first. I really appreciate that. Samsung says, damn, I feel called out. I appreciate that, Lapco. And this is why we have the best viewers. So Lapco sent me a $10,000 super chat. I skipped it, being a terrible streamer. He's telling me don't scroll back because I don't want to interrupt the flow of the show. These are great viewers we have. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Coopster dropped the 5 and says nothing. And later he'll say I missed his super chat. Okay, so let's get into it. Don Lemon was released today, and this is the footage of Don Lemon. So there's Don Lemon and his white husband, even though he spends all day telling you how much he hates white people, and he has been released, I believe, on no bail. And this is what worried me about this is if nothing really comes of this, Don Lemon will be a fake victim. That's what he will be, and he will spin a narrative off. This is the most relevant Don Lemon has been in years. So let's listen, and I have not heard anything he has had to say, by the way.
To Los Angeles, we see Don Lemon walking out. Let's listen right now.
Somebody said too gay for jail. Holy crap.
There's a stand. There's a mic stand right over there. There's a mic stand over there. There's a mic stand right there.
I know. I don't either, Samsung. Nobody wants to see this shit.
Fire the way to the podium. Thank you. Thank you. Don, over here. Don, over here. Fire the way to the podium. Thank you. Thank you.
They got a fucking podium out here?
I need sunglasses. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Wow. Can everybody hear me? Are you guys set? Everybody ready? So look, I want to thank everybody for their support. It truly means the world to me. I have no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
I really want to say gamer words right now. Really, really want to say gamer words. But ultimately, that is a Don Lemon right there with his white husband having his little prepared speech.
All right, Don Lemon speaking out just after getting out of federal courthouse and speaking out after his arrest, saying that he will not stop reporting. And again, we wanted to bring you always the very latest. We're learning this from Fox News' Brooke Taylor, saying former CNN anchor Don Lemon just made his first appearance in federal court in L.A. He was released without bail, which we just saw there, and his next court appearance is at a federal court here in Minneapolis on February 9th there. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on it for you all. Here's the CNN.
So February 9th, he has a federal court appearance.
Response from CNN Public Relations saying the FBI's arrest of our former CNN colleague Don Lemon raises profoundly concerning questions about press freedom and the First Amendment. The Department of Justice already failed twice to get an arrest warrant for Don and several other journalists in Minnesota, where a chief judge of the Minnesota Federal District Court found that there was no evidence that there was any criminal behavior involved in their work. The First Amendment in the United States protects journalists who bear witness to news and events as they unfold.
Again, CNN having this statement right here does nothing but hurt the credibility of Don Lemon. So I have no use for CNN whatsoever, and I'm just glad that they decided to make this release this statement because it looks really bad on them. Now, Jesse Waters literally 6 minutes ago just dropped this video here on Twitter, so here we go.
Make way for the Caped Crusader.
I don't give a damn if this is outside of decorum. People are dying on our streets.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is. I'll just let it play, and then we can talk about it.
Every single day in this country. Look me in the eye. Can any one of you go home to your children and tell them that you did everything you could to protect their classmates? I want you to fucking do something. I'm demanding that you act with some semblance of a fucking spine.
If you needed another example of how mentally ill this movement is, there it is. Batman's not a crime stopper anymore. He's there to stop the crime stoppers. And how little do you have going on to try to punch a sheriff in the face in the middle of a workday when it's 5 degrees?
Quit it! Knock it the back up! Back up! God.
I want you to notice something there. Those guys aren't Trump guys that are getting yelled at. Those guys work for Walls. Those are the local county cops. I told you Tampon was going to get it together. Tom Homan's in town, and he's not leaving until we straighten it out. They're also following the money and making cases.
We know pretty much who's funding this stuff. These are paid insurrectionists, paid troublemakers. We'll say it very plainly. Elections have consequences. The people want law and order. And we have a silent majority. You know, we have a silent majority of people. They don't go and riot and everything else, but they like what we're doing. They like having a safe city.
The people want law and order, and that's what they're going to get. Crime just dropped to the lowest level since 1900. But some people still think they're above the law. Former CNN host Don Lemon was just hanging out with Busta Rhymes last night in L.A. But this morning, he was arrested at the crack of dawn. Lemon was in L.A. getting ready to cover the Grammys when he was handcuffed in his hotel room, not consensually.
Now, and I just want you to all know that I am aware of what is going on in Los Angeles right now, which is this, and I'm keeping an eye on it. There is a lot of bullshit going on in Los Angeles with protests. I'm keeping an eye on it, and we're going to talk about this momentarily. Here we go.
He was taken into custody for storming into a Minnesota church. Lemon joined a rowdy mob that busted into Sunday Mass, trapped the congregation in the pews, and started threatening them, screaming at them, intimidating them. They told kids their parents would burn in hell. They yelled at them that they were in the devil's house. Parents couldn't find their kids because they were blocked. A woman was injured trying to escape. Lemon got up in the pastor's face.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Do you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked if you actually would also leave this building.
Lemon's been charged with 2 counts, interfering with freedom of religion and depriving the right to worship. That last count was designed to protect blacks from the KKK barging in on their houses of worship. Here's Bondi.
Make no mistake, under President Trump's leadership and this administration,
So that's the gist of it. I really don't want to hear Bondi right now. But, I mean, this is he'll probably get into more of it, but it's quite a few minutes. This is like a 11-minute video. We know that Don Lemon has been released. So we can get back to that story, but I am keeping an eye on what's going on in LA right now, because these are live feeds right now of Los Angeles with the rioters out here. They may call them protesters, but they are rioters. And it is kind of chaos right now. And there's we've got this one channel, DJB, who's got multiple feeds from multiple places, whether it's Portland, whether it's Los Angeles, Minnesota. He's got multi feeds right there. So I'm keeping an eye on that. This one seems to be one of the better feeds right here, Jaywalking TV. So we will keep an eye on that. But yeah, so a lot happening at this moment in time, and interesting how it's always happening in blue cities. It's always the blue cities, isn't it? Never fails. It never fails. Let's see right here. Magnum Norris says Don Lemon is not gay. What? What is that supposed to mean, Magnum Norris? He is the gayest. Lapco says, let's see, Weimar Germany collapsed in part because they didn't purge the old judiciary. Always been irritated with Bannon and Miller. They never remembered this. The benches should have been cleared ages ago. All right, let's see. These obvious. Look at this. This guy's like, is that an ICE officer that he's got hung or whatever? It looks like a zombie apocalypse scene is what this looks like. This doesn't even look like the real world, dude. This looks like a fucking movie. This looks like the setting of The Walking Dead in the early seasons. It looks like Rick Grimes just woke up in the hospital and is walking down the street. That's what it looks like. Now here's an overhead shot of it right here. This is an overhead shot that they have going on.
still see demonstrators here along Temple, but we also now see officers. And here's something that's a little bit different. Before, I was telling you we only had those officers that were on Alameda facing south. We now have an additional line of officers that is facing to the west. So it looks like the options here for the people at this intersection are starting to become a little bit more limited. So you're not going to be able to come into the intersection of Aliso and Alameda now that LAPD is now virtually on every corner.
What a freaking nightmare. Arrest them. No one is above the law. Well, they all should be arrested, but that's, you know, for various reasons, I guess that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so now we have the patrol units on one end, and we have 3 lines of officers on every other corner here of this intersection. I'm going to push in here, though. This, again, Alameda at Aliso. We do still have demonstrators walking right up to the officers, and this is what we often see in these types of demonstrations. The demonstrators very vocal at times.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5 says, I assume you're going to talk about the totally random and just coincidentally dropped Trump Epstein accusation right as the Dems are being exposed. I am going to be talking about that. I have that pulled up. Yes, sir, I am.
Center. I can't see those agents anymore from this angle, but the crowd overall has decreased significantly. But again, an area that you want to avoid here, Temple at the 101 freeway.
So this is more of a ground level view right here of the overhead view. I think the overhead view gives us a better perspective. So we're going to keep an eye on the overhead view right now. But I am keeping an eye on this other one.
These officers now on scene, and a dispersal order has been issued. That typically means you have 10 minutes to leave or face arrest. But as I was saying before, they're usually pretty lenient with that. They will repeat it time and time again and give folks plenty of opportunities to leave the area to avoid arrest.
And I just want to clarify, because you guys know I'm a fan of The Dark Knight Rises, but this is not a scene from The Dark Knight Rises. I know. It seems like it, but it's not.
Yeah, that is a great point, Colleen. We do usually see that in these situations where the LAPD knows that they're going to have a mass arrest situation. They will bring a bus so that they can transport everyone to jail. In this case, I have seen a number of buses in the area, as we were pointing out before. So it's difficult to tell if any of...
We even got CNN covering this right here. Breaking, even CNN is admitting that the riots in Los Angeles outside of the federal facility are out of control. Protesters have taken over this, and there's no police.
You can see an officer back there. He's alone, and they're just throwing things at him. I mean, it's just pretty incredible that these protesters have overtaken this, and there's no police. I don't see anybody here to kind of manage this crowd. So like I was saying, this is at the tail end of a very long day. Looks like they're cheering because they were able to push that officer back inside. Okay, and now people, okay, all right, hold on. Do you see the police?
Fiery but mostly peaceful, says CNN. Fiery but mostly peaceful. That's what they tell us anyway. So we're not supposed to question any of this. I need to actually change the title because I still have CobraCast. LA. We'll put Los Angeles. Yeah, Los Angeles. Riots.
Copy that.
Riots, and Don Lemon is free for now. Okay, we got that.
NOC, can I get convey IFB?
What? What did she just say?
Got it, thank you.
Was that a hot mic moment?
Telemundo, we got you, we're ready.
Okay, real quick, we're going to get right back to that, but there is something that, and we're going to get into the Epstein stuff here in just a bit, but this is seriously like, I feel like we're living in meme world 24/7, because Jeffrey Epstein was banned from Xbox Live in 2013 due to harassment, threats, and or abuse of other players. That was severe, repeated, and or excessive. What? What are we doing? Like, what is happening right now? This is amazing. Oh my God. Magnum Norris for 50 says, I'm from Minneapolis. I'm fucking disgusted. Next time a friend of yours sympathizes with criminals, tell them they lost their mind. 1,000%. I appreciate it. I know you've been frustrated for a while. This is amazing. I just can't believe it. Like, we are living in meme world, but we will get into all of that here a little bit later. Actually, I got to put that in the title as well. So, what in the hell? Jeffrey Epstein talking shit on Xbox Live, telling people, I'm gonna get your account banned. I'm friends with the guy that runs Microsoft. And the truth is, he was friends with the guy that runs Microsoft. He could get you banned. I can get you banned right now. I can call up my buddy Bill and have you banned right now, kid. Shut the F up.
La gente que estaba aquí simplemente se quieren ir, no quieren ser arrestados, claro. Y lo que estamos viendo es que la mayoría de ellos están caminando hacia el sur en la calle Alameda. Y lo que quiero mostrarles ahora, voy a mover la cámara hacia el sur.
Okay, no. That calls for a meme that we have to share. Okay? This is going to make a lot of the Fuentes fans happy, okay? But it is funny. But right here, this is it right here. Fuentes' first day in office.
Hispanics speak English. Muslims, too loud with the Muslim call to prayer. Black people, speakerphone is not the default option. Put it to your head. Indoor voices, please. Inside voices, like...
Speakerphone is not the default option. Holy shit.
Pero ya que la policía de Los Ángeles...
That is on point. All right. If you know, you know. It's crazy that speakerphone is not the default option. Inside voices. He is 100% correct. He absolutely is. So there you have it. Let's see what the on the ground look is. Oh, he's freezing up right now. So I don't know if he lost his feed. So I guess that one's not working. Let me see if there's another one that we can check out. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh him really quick. It does look like The Dark Knight Rises right now. Absolutely insane. Okay, that one's not working. Jeffrey Epstein getting banned. Holy crap, dude. What the hell? Okay, right here, the Los Angeles ICE facility has been totally trashed by rioters who have now used a large dumpster to barricade the exit. Wow. Look at this shit, dude. Holy crap. Where's the police at? I mean, a lot of them are sitting right here, not able to do anything. Let's see here. And we got that one. Oh my goodness, dude. It's kind of crazy. Look at this. This is a little bit earlier. What up, Quarter Black? I saw you in the chat. So there you have it right there. Now I see my buddy, the Fire Rises is here, and he says D-Day Cobra voted for Obama twice, can't even run a bunch of channels, and is unemployed and survives on handouts, aka super chats. I just have to address this. You got me. You got me. I definitely support Obama. Here we go.
And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision.
Well said, Obama.
And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration.
Good. That's a good point, Barack Hussein Obama.
It would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally.
Okay. That's a good point, Barack Hussein Obama.
Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship.
Well said, Barack Hussein Obama.
And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
That's a really good point, Barack Hussein Obama. I really appreciate you making those points that illegal immigrants should be held accountable. Very good point. You know what else is a very good point? Managed democracy dropped 50 gifted memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 gifted. Do you know what 50 gifted memberships means around here? Can anybody take a guess what 50 gifted memberships means around these parts? Before we get to that, again, if you're just tuning in, we have riots in LA. Rioters are doing all they can to cause as much chaos as possible, and they're doing a very good job of that right now.
And not be arrested.
So we are keeping an eye on that. The feed that I was watching is completely dead right now. There's another feed that we had like somebody on the ground that was reporting on it, but that feed is no longer going unless they're back. Looks like they're back now. At least they're trying to get back. We'll see. But in the meantime, Managed Democracy dropped 50 gifted memberships, and we celebrate 50 gifted memberships the only way you should celebrate, with Anna Paulina Luna in a MAGA swimsuit. God bless America. God bless the USA. I am standing up and saluting, ladies and gentlemen, as we all should be in that moment. There you have it. America's ass. I agree. That is America's ass right there, 100%. And we got multiple feeds right here on this channel. This is this guy, DJ B. He just kind of gets all these feeds together. So we have multiple feeds going on right now So I'm trying to keep an eye on that along with the overhead feed. And we have other people that are covering it as well. So trying to keep an eye on all of that right now. Why is this happening? ICE in California? Well, ICE is ICE is in several different places right now. You've only been hearing about ICE in Minneapolis because of the chaos. But ICE is actually in several states right now, handling multiple operations in several states. So it's happening all over the place. So right here, huge amounts of LAPD are now surging to the anti-ICE leftist riots against federal agents. They have been spotted throwing rocks at agents and destroying federal property. LAPD must get this under control or the guards should be deployed.
Detention center in downtown Los Angeles. Rudimentary sort of a place, almost a warehouse where people are kept before they're shipped out to other areas or perhaps bailed out and returned to their homes or to their families here. So what we're seeing now is the LAPD starting to form those lines. We're going to keep an eye on the situation here. It appears to be.
There you have it. Okay. So let me see. Boom, boom, boom. And again, thank you guys for being here, hanging out on a Friday night. I appreciate it. This Jeffrey Epstein banned on Xbox Live in 2013 story is wild. There's so many people posting about it right now. You've got a whole new drop of Epstein files, and so we're going to cover all of that here soon, but I'm trying to keep an eye on the riots because that's exactly what they are, riots and rioters and criminals. They are, partaking in criminal activity as we speak. And yet nothing's happening to them. They're allowed to stand there and do all of this bullshit, and we're all kind of sick of it. Marmillon says, speakerphone's not default option. I'm dead. It's so freaking funny, dude. I can't tell you how many times I've been into a Walmart. And it's like, bro, get off the fucking speakerphone. It's not what it's for, you idiot. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care who you're talking to. It matters not to me. Bubba Dank says, riots in LA. Rodney King get pulled over again. All right, let's see. Lapco, I got that one. Okay, MAGA Mike says, I was just reading the new Epstein bombshells and its ridiculous claims made by anonymous tip lines. Honestly, don't care about any of this. You and me both. You and me both. Mike says, none of this would have happened if Harambe lived. I think we can all agree with that one. Let's see what they're saying on the feed. Are you actually talking English again, mother effer? English. Learn it.
Clear out at 6:30, George. Yeah.
Okay, so it says that LAPD has now ordered a dispersal order for anti-ICE rioters. They need to start making mass arrests. If this does not break up immediately, the federal agents are vastly outnumbered and property is being destroyed. So we'll see if they listen. I don't think they will. I wouldn't count on it at all. Oh, are we getting some action? Hang on. I got no audio on that feed. Let's go back to this feed right here. Yep, we're getting a little bit of action right here in the bottom corner. Oh, shit.
God damn, I got shoved like a motherfucker.
We got action.
Oh, shit. CP, there's fireworks in the garage. Oh! CP, right there, we're going to fireworks. Which location or direction of approach for responding officers?
The laughing emoji.
And the responding officers from north to south. North to south. North to south on Alameda. North to south. Oh, fuck no. Move. Oh, fuck.
Territory is over as we took over for Air 18. We've been reconducting his pushing south. They're getting to Temple Street now.
This guy's just shooting everybody. Hey, patrol, listen up. Patrol, listen up. Squad leader, I need you guys to call me. He's doing it for someone. On the east side and the west side. They got somebody. What the fuck?
Number of people that have already made that westbound turn on that north sidewalk, and they're westbound on Temple from Alameda. Maybe about 50 people or so. But,
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh.
CHP, CP, looks like we got a vehicle that ran your guys' barricade and then headed southbound Alameda from Aliso.
All right, so I have multiple feeds that I am following right now, just so everybody's aware. So I'm trying to keep an eye on as many things as I possibly can. Got another overhead feed right here that I'm watching. You can keep an eye on things, but this one seems to be the best one right now.
Units pushing southbound on Alameda coming up on Temple. Do you want walking courses on both sides, east and west? Because we've already lost the west side. What happened?
Yo, that's crazy.
From Judge Johnny, he's on push from there.
Why are they doing that? They're gonna get mobbed over there. Oh! Holy shit! Oh my god! It's getting crazy out here. Oh fuck! They're taking it all. Fuck! Wow! God damn it!
What GSD wants to do, I might need over Judge John Aiso and Temple and push eastbound from there back to Alameda. I got the large group. Temple push Judge John Aiso now.
Ow!
It's trying to link up with the call one and at Alameda Temple.
Holy fuck!
They saw you? What is it?
They're getting him.
I don't want to show it, but yeah, there's like some real. That's crazy.
Oh, he's out here by himself now.
So glad I didn't get
Thank you, dumbasses! What the fuck are you doing?
People are such fucking losers. Blackguard for 50 says, I propose a trade with these American-hating leftists in exchange for allowing an illegal immigrant to stay in this country. These far leftists can give up their citizenship for an illegal alien. Either way, someone is leaving the country. I support that 1,000%, Blackguard. I would support that 1,000%. Uh-oh.
Turn of the crowd, and they're going the crowd south, and then once the crowd is splintered, we're going to reassess. And once again, are you up?
Can anyone Can anyone name a riot that changed anything? No. All it is a bunch of fucking losers getting together to pretend that they have something to say, and they end up making themselves look completely stupid. Legalize adulthood for a proper 199. Hey, gamer word. Did you see my last text? Let's do a 250th party. I did see your last text. I was live when you texted me, legalize adulthood. I need to look at, I'll respond to you after this because I'm actually interested. So let me get back to you on that. And he also drops 20 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. What do you guys think? Should we do a big 250th birthday for America party for the 199? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think we could put something together. What do you think? We could make it awesome. We could make it hella awesome.
Oh, someone threw some shit at the cops.
Tornado.
And it'll be fully live streamed for everybody that can't make it. Like we'll get a whole kind of crew together and you will fully live stream it. So even if you can't make it, we'll make sure that you are part of it. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this idiot. What is Moist Critical out there doing? Was that Moist Critical? Did you guys see that? It looked like Moist Critical. I bet that was, I don't know. It probably wasn't. He was a little tall, too tall to be Moist Critical, but it looked like him for a second. Good old Charlie. Legalized adulthood says, just so you know, I'm a son of the American Revolution, Bubba. That means my ancestors fought for your freedom. July the 4th in D.C. LFG. Boom. Let's freaking go. Legalized adulthood is fired up, as he should be. I'll seriously get with you later, brother. Let's see. Thank you for the Get the Membership. Just came in. Andrew says, where's Dom? Thank you for the Get the Membership. Where's Dom? Dom who? Let's see. Daniel Moore says, I'm not American, but I'll gladly go if invited. Hell yeah, brother. Let's do it. Dude, it's getting kind of testy in that bottom corner here.
Oh, shit. Bro.
Translator CG, the situation awareness. We'll continue pushing southbound. We're in the natural barrier of the building here. We're going to close, hold here. We're going to hold here. We're going to clean up our fight. We are continuing to take rocks and glass bottles.
Dude, we got shit. Like, look, this truck right here. Look at this. Look at this. This truck has been trying to drive off. This is crazy. Holy shit. This is a record truck trying. I was like, oh shit. Because he was backing up and they were surrounding him. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. It's about to get crazy. Okay. Here we go.
Temple on Alameda, and then another 50 people in front of the federal building, 200 of them, the kind of protest.
We got more cop cars arriving in the area right here. This is absolute insanity.
Can't wait to CIC or PP.
Why are these retards rioting? Because they are losers who are being funded by left-wing groups to go out there and pretend that they have any idea what they're talking about. The idea is to create chaos. The idea is to tie up law enforcement, put out this image that America is falling apart, put out this image that Americans are fed up with ICE. It's there to build a narrative that Trump's America is in chaos mode. It's all about optics. It's all about, trying to create as much division as possible. That's pretty much it. Legalized Adulthood says they're going to clear out this riot using super soakers loaded with testosterone. The libs are allergic to masculinity. Now that's a good one right there. That would be, again, that's what I tell everybody. Like during these riots and protests, all you need to do is go to your nearest bookstore and you will be safer than you've ever been. That's it. You will be, just find a bookstore and you'll be good. I promise you. What is this person saying?
Yeah, I'm there sometimes. Like, yeah, Argentina? Argentina?
We have more coming in. Can you respond downtown Alameda police?
What do we got here? What do we got here?
Saying what they have to say to the officers. And
we see this man being very vocal in the white t-shirt.
Yeah, he has a lot to say about it. You know, this affects, you can hear him. And the sound in the back, what you're hearing is, again, flashbangs and some gas as they move. We're going to be back to moving here on this side. You see now they're moving this group, continuing down Alameda past Temple. If you're listening to us, this is downtown Los Angeles. What you're looking at looks really impressive, but it's not all of downtown Los Angeles. This is all centered around the federal building along Alameda, Temple, and Aliso. And you might want to avoid the area completely. Everything like let me wait to see if this officer wants us to move. No, okay. I'm waiting for the sergeant. All right. That man in there, the three striper, is the man who's telling people how to deploy. We're just letting him do his job and getting out of his way. At this point, though, the crowd definitely down to 50, maybe, going down Alameda. But again, what I was saying is, if you're going, and forgive me if I lose my train of thought, I'm keeping my eye on several things all at the same time.
No, you're doing a great job,
but
Christina.
If you're coming this way, thank you. Just make sure that you...
Okay, I got some better angles now because we've got multiple things going on. The guy that we were just looking at from that feed up there in the top middle. So you got ICE agents all around here. This is a lot going on. I saw MAGA Mike says, seen someone chat, ask why Trump hasn't declared this an invasion. Bro, he already has. ICE is currently operating across the country. None of this chaos makes Trump look bad. It works for him. I agree completely. Now, again, the narrative that gets built from the leftist media might make him look bad, but most people aren't watching leftist media. Most people are watching podcasters and live streamers. So that's, ultimately the reason ICE is in these areas right now is because he's declared it an invasion. So let's see here. All right, let me unmute this so we can hear.
What's your location right now, sir? All 240 on Temple and Alameda.
That's gonna do it, too.
This guy in the top middle.
Stick together, I'm trying.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Hold on.
Shoot.
CT 240. Go for 240. Just put stage on Temple and north of Alameda. Stage on Alameda north of Temple.
Roger, we're taking you. Guys getting tossed around.
Before we need units to block westbound traffic on Temple from Alameda.
Roger, all 240, we'll go ahead and block traffic on Alameda. Hold it at the building at First and Alameda. Hold it the natural barrier First and Alameda.
All right, trying to find more feeds right now, but these are the best ones that I have right now. I got a couple of media feeds that I'm looking at too, just to see if anything crazy is going on. We have some business picking up here. Let's see.
Vantage points and reporters on the scene, downtown Los Angeles, very close to the federal building, Aliso, Alameda, Temple. These are all the streets that we've been showing you. And hundreds of LAPD officers are downtown right now. They've done, from what I can tell, a great job. Someone's now being
arresting somebody.
At the very least, it's hard to see if it's handcuffs or what's being put on this protester. And is this you, Joe Prince? Which crew is this?
This is Christina. This is
okay,
Christina. You remember I told you about the V formation? Yeah, remember I told you about the V formation and how you just saw them do it. The officers moved in from the back, and for some reason they grabbed this guy and they pulled him out, and now they are checking him for any weapons, and they're going to detain him as they continue to move the crowd down. But this is the first one of these we've seen today.
Yes.
The back, and for some reason they grabbed this guy and they pulled him out, and now they are checking him for any weapons, and they're going to detain him as they continue to move the crowd down. But this is the first one of these we've seen today.
Yes.
The back, and for some reason they
Okay, tired of hearing your feed lagging up right there. So we'll keep an eye on this feed right here to see if anything else pops off. Let's see. Reporter is not from here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear that. And sure, there won't be any bias in her reporting. That's for sure, right? Of course not. The camera's on him, so they're hoping they can catch him doing something. The police officer. They want the police officer to do something that they can use against him so that they can build their narrative. That's what that's for. That's what they're hoping and praying for that right now. That's what they want. So we'll keep an eye on this feed. I'm keeping an eye on my other feeds too. Let's see. He'll be out in 5 minutes, probably. Sadly. Sadly, you are correct, unfortunately. Let me see what they're saying right now.
The LAPD on X, they tweeted out their dispersal order a little while ago. They said a dispersal order has been issued by the incident commander of the Los Angeles Police Department. All protesters in the area of Alameda between Union Station and First Avenue have 10 minutes to leave, or you may be arrested. Now, that was probably over 30 minutes ago at this point. So as you just saw, it looks like they have started taking some people into custody. That's what we saw from our partners at Fox 11 in Los Angeles. They've been showing us the views on the ground and overhead. This is a look right now at that protest continuing as police there in Los Angeles are working to get the crowd out of the area. They also put this out. They said protesters are actively fighting with officers after multiple dispersal orders were issued. Metropolitan Division is now on scene. Less than lethal has been authorized due to violence against officers. So they have been deploying tear gas and some flashbangs there on the scene. We've been seeing Also, protesters throwing some objects, it looks like, as at those officers trying to move them out of the area. We're going to continue to follow this right now. Let's take you back out to the scene. This is live right now.
And no one actually has a problem with female immigrant reporters. In fact, we actually like them a lot. Okay, we actually support them.
Where find myself really interested in Mexican weather lately. I don't know what it is. Oh, fuck me, Dad. It's good just to learn about other cultures, and
it's great. Learning about cultures is very important, and we support that. So just wanted to let you know, for those that were curious.
They say that protesters have been throwing objects at police. We've seen them trying to move the crowd out of that area. Traffic is shut down in that area as well, as they're standing there on the street. So we've been watching this all happening live here on Live Now from Fox, tuning in to our partners at Fox 11 in Los Angeles. Again, LAPD saying that protesters are actively fighting with officers after multiple dispersal orders. So they do have several agencies there on the scene. We also saw a SWAT vehicle pull up just a little while ago. And LA Mayor Karen Bass also putting out a statement
Karen
just
Bass.
now
And
on social media. We're working to get that.
Everything you said right there, Mega Mike, 100% on point. Speaking of Karen Bass, people hate her in LA. They despise her. They hate her guts. There's not a single person that respects Karen Bass. In fact, this was today. If this is real, and if it's not, it's a good meme. But right here, check this one out. Here we go.
Step aside, please. Let the mayor come through.
Fuck you, Karen Bass! Fuck you! You're right, Mayor. You're right. Over here. There's a podium.
Hey, get over there. Don't do that over here. Don't do that over here.
Fuck you, Karen Bass! Fuck you, Karen Bass! Fuck you, Karen Bass! Get everybody closer, please. Can we get everybody closer? Tighter, please. Here.
That sounds like a woman, and we should be respecting all women. We should believe all women. So if that woman is upset and she hates Karen Bass and she wants Karen Bass removed, I was told by the left that we should respect all women and believe all women, believe everything that all women have ever said. So therefore, if we're playing by the left's rules, that's what we have to do, okay?
So we're looking live right now at this crowd of what's left of the protest in the Los Angeles area. It's been declared an unlawful.
So I got this right here. LAPD just charged at anti-ICE rioters. So here we go. Yeah, we did. We saw this from a different angle earlier. right, here we go. Got
Say
this.
this demonstration was peaceful at the beginning as it stretched into the evening
Bullshit.
hours.
Nobody
The
believes
federal
that.
agents began using chemical sprays to
Nobody
push the
believes
crowd
that.
back. And we had a Representative Maxine Waters, who was also at that protest a little bit
Maxine
earlier.
Waters.
She seems to have left the scene since then. So it looks like our shot at that protest is frozen right now. We're going to continue to watch this and bring you anything that comes from it. If we get another angle live, we will take you there. Right now, we're going to step away for a quick.
It seems like things are calming down. So we have the overhead feed right here. Pre-dawn corpse. Yes, I did get your Rumble rant. I got a bunch of them I got to catch up on, but I did see it. As a matter of fact, let's see. We got that one. Clear that one. I got to check on all of these. We got several I got to get to still. Bird Up says, remember when you threw a shoe at a spider in the bedroom wall and it fell somewhere behind the bed? The spider remembers. Spiders never forget. Never. And their whole family will return to kill you in your sleep. BC Man says, stupid Jeremy tax. John Riley says, I'm stupid too, I guess. Dark Metal Spider says, Jeremy is not stupid tax. Epically Eddie says, Jeremy dumb as rocks tax. John says, unfortunately, Jeremy isn't really stupid. He's just normal stupid. See you at MegaCon. Let's freaking go. Real quick on that front, if you go over to geeksandgamers.com, if you're interested in coming to our meetup, go over to geeksandgamers.com, click that RSVP link, and that RSVP link will bring you here, and you will be able to, let us know you're going to be there. We need to know how many people are going to show up, because we've told them how many people we're expecting, but we'll see if that actually, that number holds up. I don't know if it does or not, but we'll see. But yeah, go over there, click that link, and then we'll see you there. So can't wait. MegaCon weekend. It's going to be awesome. Let's see. Net Steeler says, Jeremy, can you fuck up reading my super chat tax? Yes, I can. And I normally do, but that time I did it right for some reason, and I don't know why. Mr. Bentham says, Jeremy's so stupid. Just wanted you to know. Brian Kinnell says, Jeremy, did you see the Jim Bro mustache guy crying? Yeah, I reacted to it earlier. General Duali says, the biggest problem in our country is corruption. The Lego Batman Goon says, he probably dropped the soap too many times. Inmates were begging him for mercy. Oh, I saw this. So this was earlier. So this is when Don Lemon was, I think he was still in locked up, but somebody posted this. And they said, Don Lemon when he gets out of jail. Oh, no. Don Lemon when he gets out of jail. Oh, my goodness. Damn. There you have it right there. James says, Libs, Trump is distracting from ICE raids in Minnesota with the release of the Epstein files. Lol, you know it's coming. You know it. All this horror businesses. Lemon terrorized a soft target. No one should ever give him the exemption of being press ever again. He was masterminding that op. Magnum North says, Don Lemon simply likes mushroom tops. Midnight Light says, Jer never leaves the house and he's better than Lemon. Capucci says, I'm not wearing hockey pads. Chad says, use your Batman voice. Where's the trigger? Twisted Clown says, officials say Don was on all fours in baby oil begging to get arrested. Nikki Tax. Mr. Bentham says, Tree Bear made a good meme of you. That's all he does. Well, not just of me, but mainly of Geeks and Gamers people. And it's really awesome, by the way. It is really awesome. I want to shift gears to talk about the Epstein files that were dropped today, because that's been all over the internet and there's been a lot of discussion around that. I'm going to keep an eye on this feed, but this is a really big story. And so first things first, we have to talk about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was banned on Xbox Live in 2013. Yes, there he is in a Modern Warfare lobby, complaining about noob tubes, and you see the word that's there. And I'm sure that's why he got banned for that word in particular. But here you have it. Jeffrey Epstein was banned from Xbox Live in 2013 due to harassment threats and or abuse of other players that was severe, repeated, and or excessive. So there you have it. Now here's Alex Jones talking about the Epstein file drop. Here we go.
Well, the chickens are coming home to roost for Bill Gates and Larry Summers and hundreds of other big top globalist Democrats. The Democrats wanted all the Epstein files released, 3+ million, 180,000+ images, over 2,000 videos released today by the DOJ. And right in the middle of it, of course, is Bill Gates with a whole bunch of Russian girls and other women reportedly contracting STDs and then trying to get his people to get him drugs, antibiotics to slip into his wife's drink because he was worried he'd gotten Melinda Gates sick with an STD. And remember, she was on record divorcing him years ago because of the Epstein thing and more, she said. Now, understand, in all this blackmail, it's known that Epstein had been blackmailing him for a while, and he'd been using Epstein for blackmail over scientists he needed.
And by the way, Trump is mentioned in them, and they are already spinning that. We're going to talk about it here in just a minute.
And the two, of course, being scum, turned on each other. So the stuff they tried to blackmail Gates with members of the foundation, is limited things, like Russian hookers and antibiotics and slipping drugs, into his wife's drink to try to cure her before she figured out she had a disease. They like to limit it to little things like that, not the really hardcore stuff, the underage pedophilia, the Zorro Ranch, stem cell facility, all the other crazy mad scientist stuff, the controlling Harvard, MIT, top scientists, the blackmail and funding. That's what Bill Gates is all about. It's controlling world medicine, world vaccine programs, spends tens of millions a year to do that. His dad was the head of Planned Parenthood. His mom was the head of the IBM Eugenics Society that was handed over when Watson died.
Okay, I love you, Alex, but you're kind of rambling and you're boring the hell out of me a little bit. So we'll see if he gets back on point, but he's a little bit rambling.
The head of IBM got the highest reward ever in Nazi Germany from Hitler. I mean, you have to know all these background facts. I made films about it, written books on it. I covered my film Endgame. It's free online. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. And so, regardless, more obviously is going to be found in these files. Long before I endorsed Trump, I knew there was nothing real in there. Trump said, hey, I'm not in there, but it's going to hurt a lot of people that are bad and innocent people. And so you guys want it released, release it all. Then he said, it's a hoax, meaning it's a Russiagate hoax that he's involved. He's clarified that many times that no.
He's 100% right about that. If you go back and listen to what Trump has said many times, and I mean, like, Trump is right. Like, Trump said, like, if you release them all, and it's going to hurt a lot of innocent people, and it's also going to, get there's a lot of people that's going to be tied up into it, and we have to be careful about that. And the bottom line is that if there was something that was going to hurt Trump in these files, that was a smoking gun, something that could be provable, they would have 100% released this a long fucking time ago. Not all of them. They would never have to release it. They would have just released what was Trump, guilty of. But there was never anything in there.
Oh, it's real. Epstein was a scumbag. It was Trump that first kicked him out of the club, 18 years ago in Mar-a-Lago, because he pulled Virginia Giuffre out of there when she worked there, and Trump found out about it and got pissed. So it's not about defending Trump, it's about the facts. And Trump handled the Epstein stuff horrible the first 8 months of his administration.
I agree with that.
And so, that said, people got pissed at him, but there's nothing really there. But the Democrats don't care. Then they can control the corporate media, little cherry pick things like, oh, Melania was a hooker and worked for Epstein, which we already heard 9 years ago wasn't true. But that's what pissed Trump off. But now you can dig through the 3 million plus files. I know our reporters are. Stuff's getting posted at Infowars.com. Real Shows on X. I'll do a special broadcast tomorrow on the subject. And so we're ferreting through it. And so are all the researchers online. We'll be posting the latest research and findings in there at Real Shows on X and our backup channel at AJN Live.
So there are a lot of files that have been dropped. And what's interesting is this is what's kind of going around on the internet, is this stuff right here. These files, that there's like millions of these things that have been dropped. Okay. And what you're seeing is a lot of leftists are posting them out of context. They're clipping out certain parts of it so they can build a narrative around it. First of all, Phil for 20 says, after 6 days, I finally got my power back on. Thank you for all your live streams. Kept me from going crazy. Hail Snake Pit, Chat Lives Matter, My Lives Matter, and Happy Jessica. And then he drops 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thank you, Phil. Happy you got your power back on, brother. That is a long time to be without power. I've been through my share of hurricanes here in Florida. So I've been without power for, God, I feel like it was like a week and a half, 1 point. So that's absolutely crazy. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships as well. So happy you're back. And John freaking Murdoch for a proper 199 and says, hey, Jeremy, sorry I missed your earlier stream. I almost missed this one. Slow news day, right? I guess that's what you had, or why you had to grift twice. Hail iDots, hail 199, happy Jessica. Yeah, just a slow news day. Not a lot going on today, John freaking Murdoch. Thank you. Holy crap. Insane. John Murdoch is finally here. I was wondering where you were earlier. I know you're not around on Sundays. I know to expect you not on Sundays, but when it's a weekday and I'm like, where's John? I haven't seen John. But hail to you, brother. Okay, so here you go. It's a clear review of the President Trump allegations in the Epstein files. And yes, the link works now. So what earlier, the link dropped and then suddenly people went through it and then the link was down. And then everybody said they deleted the evidence because Trump was in it. I'm like, not really. Have you ever been on the fucking internet? Do you know what happens on the internet when all of a sudden hundreds of thousands of people are going to a link? It just literally happens. So the link is now back up. Phil says people click links. I know, right? So anyway, the link is now working. And as stated previously, these allegations came from random people, including from Australia, calling a tip line. Again, people are posting these deceptively, editing out the most important part. Do you know what the most important part was? Right there. They are clipping this shit out because they don't want you to actually know the truth of what's going on. So they post this where Trump was accused. They don't give you the context. They don't give you any of that because these people are lying pieces of shit. This is who they are. Here's Anthony Cumia says, this is not witness testimony. Every one of these allegations is from an Epstein tip line that was set up after Trump was already president. More left-wing mental patients trying to implicate Trump. There you have it. So all of you dumb motherfuckers out there that are trying to spin this, you're wrong. You're, as usual, you're wrong. They finally got Trump this time. Yeah, they finally got Trump this time. It's like 10 years later, like, hey guys, we finally got him. We finally got him this time. It's like, oh, this is why we keep saying that. I get that Trump's handling of the Epstein files has been disastrous. It has. And when I say Trump, I'm including Pam Bondi's stupidity in that. So forget all of the other nonsense. Forget all of the other noise out there. I am talking about President Trump. President Trump and his team's handling of the Epstein files has been really bad. They have fumbled this over and over and over again. They absolutely have. Now, I understand it is a huge, huge discussion and topic and everything out there. I get how big of a story it is and how delicate it is, all of that, but they still have handled it terribly. So like right here, the left left is the part that leftists and mainstream media is showing. Right is the part that they edited out. So this is what the left is showing you. Right there. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, the fact that anybody thinks this is fucking legit is absolutely stupid. He measured the children. Oh, I can't even read that part, dude. Oh, God. These people are fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit. Good Lord. So anyway, the mainstream media is leaving this part out. Okay? So this is the narrative they're running with. Now, the other part of the story that is getting a ton of traction is that Elon Musk was also mentioned in it, and people are going crazy with that story because, of course, Elon went on his, Spurg session and brought Trump into it, saying Trump was in the files. That's why they haven't released the files, yada, yada, yada. We haven't heard anything out of Elon Musk, to my knowledge, about this, but it is out there with, let me see if I can find it. I know I had it bookmarked earlier. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. No, that's not it. I know I'll find it here in just a second. One of the major people behind this is Reid Hoffman, by the way. Reid Hoffman, who Elon Musk hates. Just a reminder that Elon Musk really implied in a public forum that President Trump is a PDF file and still chooses to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to support him. This is Reid Hoffman responding to Elon Musk. Says, just a reminder that Reid Hoffman really did say in a public forum that he wished President Trump had been killed in the assassination attempt. Reid Hoffman is a fucking psychopath. And so just for clarification, he is pouncing on this story about Elon Musk. I'm looking for it now, but there's an email with Elon. Here we go. I'm sure they'll cover it right here. So Elon, new Epstein files indicate Elon was in email communication with Epstein in 2023.
New Epstein files show that Elon Musk was in communication with through email with Jeffrey Epstein in 2013 after Epstein was a convicted pedophile. With Elon Musk,
I think they, instead of 2023, I think that probably meant to say 2013, not 2023.
Saying, is there a good time to...
I don't think 2023, but we'll see.
Visit Jeffrey Epstein saying, I will send a...
Maybe Epstein's still alive.
Heli for you.
Maybe he's got Neuralink.
Musk stated in the exchange that he would be in the British Virgin Island over the holidays. The British Virgin Islands are about 15 miles from Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island, Little St. James. Yeah, so, well, the British Islands are an island chain. Some of them are British, some of them are American. Epstein's is on the American, in the American group. Musk had previously said that he and Epstein never interacted. Interesting. I need to fly back to LA on the night of the 2nd, says Elon. Jeffrey Epstein says 2nd or 3rd would be perfect. I will come get you. I wonder what this was about. I will be in the BVI/St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit? And then there's this chart. What is this chart, guys? Complaint summary. So this is another document released. So again, they've released 3 million documents from the Jeffrey Epstein tranche, and we're showing you some of the more crazy ones. So these are notable names: Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis she was approximately 3 to 14 years old when they occurred, and a friend...
Dude, do they not understand? Like, the media's been lying about Trump for over a decade now, and now we're suddenly supposed to believe this BS. Like, stop it, dude.
Allegedly bit President Trump. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed. Okay. So I don't even know what this chart is. I guess it's just from the tranche. But again, it's similar to the ones that we saw after the first big tranche of documents.
Well, I do have this, and I hate to do it. I really do. But the media is going to report on this, so I might as well report on it too. I hate to do it, but we do have it now confirmed that Charlie Kirk and Jeffrey Epstein did have communication. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to tell you this, but Charlie Kirk and Jeffrey Epstein were in communication, and we have the video proof of it right here.
Big man with an island.
Knock it off, you guys.
Take that away. What are you? Predator, billionaire, city boy. I know guys worth none of that, worth 6 or 7 of you. You know, you may not be a threat, but you better stop pretending to be a hero. A hero? Like you? You're a laboratory experiment, Charlie. Everything special about you came out of a meme.
The internet is a horrible place, dude. It is a horrible place. It's so stupid.
Where it's just like completely baseless accusations that are recorded, you know, because they have to be recorded, but then turn out to be totally and provably fake. At age 16, while modeling, Caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, Caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured Caller and her best friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Tal, raped a 14-year-old girl named.
So I don't really care to hear a lot of these details, mainly because I feel like a lot of this with the Trump stuff is completely made up. Just again, because they continue to leave this part out. This part right here destroys all of these screenshots that they're posting. And these leftists are posting these screenshots without that context. They are actively trying to leave that out because of course they are, because this is what they do. So I don't know what to make of all of them. And there's I think there's like, I don't remember how many documents, a ton of documents were dropped. But what is this right here? So like unemployed drug addict referred to True Pundits, Michael Moore, alleged Bush Sr. and Bill Clinton raped him for Epstein on Epstein yacht. Like, there's just so much here, dude. There's just so much. And it's just like, what's real, what's not real? I have no idea. But ultimately, the people that are behind all of this don't really care about the truth. This is all because of one man and one man only, Donald Trump. If Donald Trump was not in office, if Donald Trump had never ran for office, you would have probably never heard of the name Epstein on a national level. You probably would have never heard his name. I'm not saying that, you know, people weren't aware of him, but I'm just saying, guess who was in office when Epstein was arrested? The same guy that apparently is covering up everything Epstein. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. It's the stupidest thing ever. So, I mean, like all of their narratives just completely get blown up where it's like Donald Trump is covering this up. Who is helping him cover this up? Like who? Like if he's actively covering this up, then like, why wouldn't he have just covered up the arrest? Why wouldn't he have just covered all that up if he's covering all of this up? 2 + 2 does not equal 4. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't, none of it makes sense. It's all laughable. And so Trump, when Trump says it's a hoax, you have emotionally unstable people or people that are operating in bad faith. They go, oh, he's saying that this giant child pedophile ring is a hoax. It's like, no, he's not saying that. He's saying that it's being utilized by people in bad faith that don't actually care about it. They are lying about it in order to target him, and he is 100% correct in that. That's how it's been from the beginning with this. It was always weaponized against Trump, always. So that's the key right there. That's the key. When people make accusations, you know, this happens all the time. You know, so if you have a woman who accuses someone of, you know, SA, and then you turn out and you go, oh, well, this woman has accused 150 men of SA over the past 10 years. Probably a credibility issue there. So 2 + 2 = 17. Well, you know, maybe. So I don't know what you're going to have people jumping all over this. One person in particular that's jumping all over this is a guy named Owen Schroyer. Owen Schroyer, who used to be with InfoWars, Owen Schroyer is I can't believe how far he's fallen. I can't believe how deep in this world he is in. But Owen Schroyer, who was with InfoWars for a long, long time, recently had a falling out with Alex Jones. And he is very much like this. He's got this kind of anti-Trump kind of nonsense going on. And he's very upset because Trump dropped a meme the other day where Trump played him with other people. It was a Dilly meme team. It was a Dilly meme team meme that Trump re-uploaded. And Owen Schroyer took that personal. He took it very personal. This is the meme right here.
Do you remember what it was like when the 2020 election was rigged and stolen? Do you remember all the bullshit stories people told you about how the fraudulent election would be overturned? Do you remember the symbols of tyranny when fences went up around D.C. for Joe Biden's inauguration? Do you remember watching fuel and food prices skyrocket in a matter of months? Do you remember watching our borders being invaded by a virtual army of unidentified criminals? Do you remember watching our nation get systematically destroyed for 4 years by the Joe Biden auto pen administration? Do you remember longing for the days of winning when we had Donald Trump in the White House? Do you remember thinking he was going to die when the bullet aimed at his brain only grazed his ear? Do you remember rejoicing after witnessing the miracle that saved his life? Do you remember celebrating the epic landslide victory in November of 2024? This is what you hoped for. This is what you prayed for. This is what you voted for. So why are you questioning every decision he makes now that he's back in office? God didn't save his life so he could make mistakes. He knows what he's doing. Maybe it's time to shut the fuck up and let him cook. This has been a public service announcement paid for by the Dilly meme team.
So that apparently upset a few people. And so he kind of made a response video, and his response video is my response to Trump's Truth Social video telling me to shut the fuck up.
All right, guys. So you may have seen that President Trump posted on his Truth Social a video featuring me telling me to shut the fuck up. Now, I don't really believe that Trump knows what he posted or even posted it at all. But if he did, let me say this. I do think it's funny that after everything I've done,
I actually have never had a big problem with Owen Schroyer. I mean, he's been in the trenches. The dude went to jail, over, I think it was J6 stuff. I think Owen Schroyer has always been what I thought was a level-headed guy, but he is kind of falling into that Dave Smith kind of bullshit recently, and he just can't get out of his own way. He has completely lost it.
To support President Trump, and he's never recognized me once, and I'll get to everything that I've done in support of President Trump here in a minute, but he's never recognized me once for any of that. But now he's going to post content telling me to shut the fuck up and insulting me. So I think that says quite a bit, and you can only imagine what that's like for me. But I don't take anything in politics personally, so I'm really not too affected by it. And I still don't even think Trump knows what he posted or even posted it at all. Here's what I do think happened. If you notice at the bottom of the video, there's a little
this is a wild post. This is wild what he says right here.
Watermark that says Dilly meme team. Now, I think that either the Trump campaign pays the Dilly meme team, which is run by a guy named Brendan Dilly, or Brendan Dilly has access to Trump's Truth Social where he posts his videos. I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but that's what I suspect happened. Now, if that is the case, it's actually quite petty that Brendan would use the president's social media account to deal with.
Let's see. Manifested Destiny says, Jeremy, do you hear yourself? Hang on. Let me see what your problem is here. Okay. Jeremy, do you hear yourself? Owen is OG. Who the fuck is Dilly? Well, first of all, I don't hear myself because I don't fucking I'm not listening to myself. I don't have feedback in my fucking ear. So no, I don't hear myself. Secondly, Owen can be an OG. I literally just gave him credit for that, but it doesn't give him the right to call Trump George W. Bush. The moment you call Trump George W. Bush, I'm out. Okay, I'm out. Secondly, the Dilly meme team are fucking legends, and you didn't spell their name correctly. So do some research on that. But no, I don't hear myself.
With his beefs. What am I talking about? Everybody in that video, including myself, he has had public beef with. Let me explain why. You see, Dilly is afraid and he's jealous. He had no media presence, and he will have no media presence without Donald Trump. You see, myself and everyone else featured in that video, we had careers in the media, and we had.
If you're claiming that Brendan Dilly has, first of all, we don't believe that at all. He says that Brendan Dilly literally has access to President Trump's Truth Social. What? If, in fact, that is true, that's the top of the fucking mountain for that guy. Like, it's not true, but in the theory that you're putting out there, that would be like it. That would be the top of the fucking mountain. Now, I'm not going to list this whole fucking 7 minutes, but the point being is that Dilly Meme Team's going to roast the hell out of him, and they've already started right here. And I anticipate you're going to get a lot more of that, because this is the group of people that their entire, they don't want to be the same as everybody covering Trump. They get really upset by someone calling them out for being a Trump supporter and a Trump bootlicker, and you'll do anything Trump says. So in their mind, they have to show that I am not just a hardcore MAGA supporter. I might have voted for Trump, but I hold him accountable. And then they get caught up in this kind of cycle of I've got to call Trump out publicly over and over again so people won't think that I just believe everything Trump does and says. And they feel that they have to do that because they don't want the backlash of being a Trump supporter. That's essentially what is going on with a lot of those guys. And so it is what it is. These guys are very, very insecure. They're insecure about the accusations of being a Trump supporter. And we're going to continue to see more and more of this into the midterms. They do control a huge part of the narrative that's happening online. But the reality of it is, and the point of this story is that people have to stop falling for the bullshit. There is no MAGA civil war. There is nobody unhappy with Trump, generally speaking. His voters are not unhappy with him. His voters are very happy with him and very happy with the process. Now we have the TikTok generation where they want immediate results on every fucking thing. They think that as soon as Trump gets in office, he should be able to just hit a few buttons and get everything done that they want. That's not reality. That's not reality in any capacity, but our brains have been rewired so much by social media and this instant return on what we want. I've repeated it before. Amazon, eBay, all this bullshit, Twitter, TikTok. Our brains have been rewired to think we need what we want right now. And if we don't have what we have right now, then someone must be abandoning the entire message. That is what is going on. And so these are TikTok kids. That's what I would view them as. But overall, MAGA, in my humble opinion, is in a very good spot. Trump needs to continue to move in the direction he's moving. And so I think that the midterms are going to be a huge, huge piece to this puzzle. And there's going to be a lot of bullshit on a lot of different sides that we have to pay attention to. But people like Owen Schroyer should not be listened to at all, in my opinion. But with that said, you can listen to him if you want, because who gives a shit what I think? Let's see. Soon, oh God, Karen Bass is going to speak on the anti-ICE protest. Karen Bass. This should be good. This is earlier, by the way.
Okay, good. Come close. Get everybody closer, please. Can we get everybody closer?
They're playing this?
Tighter, please. Here, come here. I don't want to. Please, tighter.
Well, I think you need to move back a little bit. I just have to say,
is this a replay?
Leaving the court proceedings, I am very glad that our renowned, esteemed reporter Don Lemon will be.
Yeah, this was a Don Lemon, not the ICE protest.
Because he should not have been in court anyway. How far is this going to go? We're 155 days away from celebrating the 250th anniversary of our democracy.
Okay, yeah. So this is an earlier feed. We are waiting for Karen Bass to go live to talk about the ICE riots, and I can't wait to hear the spin that she's going to, put on this. That's going to be very, very funny. While we're waiting on that, let me get a few of these super chats. Appreciate you guys being patient. Retrograve says, what's with Trump in the Epstein files? We just covered all that. David says, hail the snake pit. And are you going to watch the Arab Royal Rumble? I am not. I am just out on WWE right now. Lord Botha says, guy was dressed as Batman. Coincidentally, the older I get, the more I start to think the League of Shadows had a point about cities, You might be right. David says all of them should be arrested. Delano says someone's looking for the One Piece. ACC says, hold me, Jeremy. I'm scared. Hold me tight tonight. Cogna Cats has been hanging with the Cobra Cast and the Mage IDOTs since its inception. Hail the 199, the Fellowship, and all the rest. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Mike says none of this would be happening if Harambe lived. Daniel Moore says, Daniel Moore says an easy way to track funding of these protests would be to figure out where the bongo drums are coming from. They're at every protest. Lying Dogface with a gifted membership. The 1A train says nothing profound or anything. Just hope everyone is awesome. Oh, and I freaking hate commies. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the love. Ministry of Wrong Things says the left messed up. Now that Elon has been dragged into the Epstein BS with Trump, it's pretty much locks Elon and Trump in together. That's ironic as fuck considering their last breakup. That is pretty funny, actually. Mar Millen says, men not affected by this shit. Don't post effing 7-minute video bitching about said thing. They are unaffected by. Liked Owen, but can tell that he was definitely reined in heavy by Jones. I thought it was a troll when Jones and Owen Schroyer had their falling out, but I guess I was wrong. Heartbreak Zero says, I don't think Moist Critical would have the balls to be out there outside of his ivory tower. Hail Fig. Packet Proton says, never been to Buc-ee's, but we have been to Stuckey's 20 years ago when our RV broke down. They still around? Stuckey's I think there's still a few Stuckey's around. But let's see. Bubba Doom says, get those rooftop Koreans from 92 out there to assist. Daniel Moore says, they put estrogen in the water supply over here. Rockatron says, the left always says that Trump's America is always chaotic. What they always leave out is it's them bringing the chaos almost 100% of the time. Correct. Again, if you're tuning in, Karen Bass, Mayor Karen Bass is getting ready to go live to talk about the ICE riots. She will call them peaceful protesters. This is a clip from her earlier talking about Don Lemon, who was released from prison or released from jail. Lapco says, YouTube really ruins my thoughtful comments. Must be because I can't stand Curry and know how to use a John. We accept wonderful cultures. Let's see here. MAGA Mike says, someone said they want anarchy. No, brother, they're not anarchist rioting against authoritarianism. That's what they want. Yes. ACC says, Donald Trump says LA was a third worldwide country. What? I don't know what you were saying there. Lapco says, our officers have been instructed to deploy soap. Problem solved. Miniature Von Thing says, why don't Alabama women do reverse cowgirl? Because you don't turn your back on family. Bird Up says, you know that little bump on your back that you think is a pimple. It's actually spider eggs. Miniature Von Thing says, same thing as when the left, let's see, exploited Trump saying can't have a gun, talking about pretty into being Trump is going after your guns to a people. Let's see, Teresa, I think that's your name. The names are all together. It's hard to read it. Until I see Epstein evidence under oath in a court of law, it's all hearsay. Phil says, Owen, shut the F up tax. Pablo says that guy looks like a Temu version of I don't know who that is. Fantastic Knox says Don Lemon gonna need to drop that soup. You mean soap? But say he goes to jail, the media and lefties will treat him like a martyr, and Don would want that too. Mark of Reality for $100 says there's no MAGA civil war. That's a cope fantasy. They used to say that it takes 18 months before a new president's policies start to show their effects. Donald J. Trump has been in office for 18 months. The midterms are going to be about turnout. I agree completely. I just think that the idea that there's a MAGA civil war is nonsense. MAGA is very unified. MAGA is very on point. But there's a lot of phonies and frauds that were DeSantis bros or libertarians that have basically built this narrative that MAGA people are unhappy with Trump, and that's just not the case. Nate the Great says, what do these morons expect out of this? Nothing, just attention. That's pretty much it. That's all they want. They want attention. Let's see, we got that. Oh, what is this shit?
We will not be silent.
Plenty of protesters hit the streets of Minneapolis, braving single-digit temperatures to make their voices heard as tensions continue over ICE raids in the city. Friday's protests have been largely peaceful, though at least 2 demonstrators were arrested when they tried to block agents from entering a federal building. And they're hoping their movement will spread across the country. They're calling for a, quote, national shutdown to show lawmakers they're serious about.
Patriot says our tax dollars are still funding this bullshit. Infuriating. David says this is why I'm a Republican and vote Republican. Got that. Just make sure I'm caught up on everything before somebody starts yelling at me that I missed it. I think we're caught up. Look at that. All right, we are caught up. I think. Jeremy Stupid Tax. Okay, yeah. We got all those. I don't know. I kind of want to wait for Karen Bass. So I guess we're going to wait this out and see if this dumb idiot goes live to whine and cry. I don't know if we have any update on what she's going to. I mean, I think she's just going to make excuses for him. That's all that's going to happen. 1992 Space Movie says, Jeremy didn't read my super chat. I was just waiting for that. Let's see. This I agree with right here. Watching all of these people completely crash out is incredible. Just one after another. The right-wing influencer sphere is a total cancer. I couldn't agree with this more. This is why I don't want to collab with people. I don't want to do I do enough collaboration streams on the entertainment shit, but when it comes to politics, I don't want to do panel streams. I don't want anything to do with the right-wing influencers. I don't care if I get more subscribers or more viewers by having them on or being on their channel. I don't like these fucking people, and I don't want to talk to them. I want nothing to do with them. So that's going to be my take on it. I'm going to continue to have that, point of view. So Laughing Man says, Jeremy wouldn't get the super chats on someone else's stream. Coopster says it missed my second super troll tax. I did not. That's your second. JJ says, I bet people are posing as Trump supporters online and acting cowardly with others to make it appear like there's a civil war when in reality they were never Trump supporters. Agreed. That's obviously one of the things that's happening right now.
Protest inside of St. Paul Church. Organizers targeted the church under the belief that one of the pastors is a top ICE administrator in the regional field office. A local federal magistrate judge refused to sign an arrest warrant for Fort. However, the Department of Justice...
ACC says I missed 2 of your super chats. You got disposal order, dispose retards. And then you said something, and I have no idea what the fuck you said. I hands up, retards. I arrest in the name of Daniel Trahumph. I don't know what the hell you're trying to say. Mayor Bro Allen says, did you read mine from the earlier stream? I did. Steel Leg of History says, Sunday is my birthday, February 1. I'll be 46 years old. If you could help a bit, just need 24 subs for 900 to be amazing birthday gift. So grateful to all the support for all of you. 199 Vindicta. Hey, man, 46 years young, not 46 years old. Steel Leg of History needs 24 subscribers to hit 900, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. It'll be a birthday present for him. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Tomorrow, DJ Too Fresh says, Jeremy, you always skip my super chat. I know. I'm sorry. I try not to, though. I will be live tomorrow night, but I don't know what time yet because I am got some family stuff going on tomorrow. So I will be live tomorrow night at some point. We shall see. Mouse Potato says, I'm Gary's age, and that's not good. Well, while we're waiting for these idiots, one more time, if you go to geeksandgamers.com, our website, you can click that 2026 Meetup RSVP banner on the top of the website. It will take you to the RSVP page for our Orlando Meetup 2026. If you have not reserved a spot, please do so. We need to know who's going to be there, how many people is going to be there, head counts, all that stuff. It will be happening Saturday night at Pat O'Brien's. It's going to be awesome. There's no charge. So outside of if you drive, you will have to pay for parking with Universal. But like, I would recommend just taking well, actually, if you go, well, I don't know when the cutoff is. Free parking after a certain time, but it's MegaCon weekend, so they may lift that rule. But I would just take an Uber instead of driving. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, there you go. Let's see. Looking for the feet. Yeah, I don't know if Karen Bass is going to talk, so I guess I'm not seeing anything from her right now. Where are we at? Mega Mike says Trump and Elon planned this. Trump controls the optics of the Epstein release, confirms it. It's all fake, and the left is embarrassing themselves. They are making themselves look really bad, for sure. Let's see. Medio says, why didn't the sheriff just go to Uncle Jesse's farm to arrest Bo and Luke? Magnor says, I think that drunk dude was trying to say that Tampon Tim is gay. Well, he is. We know that. So, sounds like Jeremy owns some Ubers in Orlando and wants to grift harder. Not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea. Let's see here. D-Day Cobra, are you going to call Ivan out for being a fake friend? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, let's see. So right there in the bottom corner, Karen Bass has a presser set up. And that one video, like from like a year ago, 2 years ago or whatever, I talked to Ivan since then. So we're cool. Yeah. So that old video, yeah, we've cleared that up.
To the microphone talking about a protest in downtown Los Angeles, protesters clashing with officers there. Let's listen in. This is live.
I can't wait to hear this.
Mayor Bass is here to talk with everyone this evening about the attack alert the city of Los Angeles is under. So without further ado, Mayor.
Good evening. As I understand, right now the protests have pretty much they're pretty much beginning to disperse. However, I believe there's still about 150 people that are in an intersection. And I know that there have been arrests, and I believe they're up to about 5 arrests right now. And those arrests are for failure to disperse. You know, of course, that the overall reason for the protest today was in solidarity with Minneapolis, and that there were protests all around the country. But then, of course, I know additional people came out because they were outraged at the arrest of Don Lemon here in our own city last night. I was in the courtroom with Mr.
Make it about Don Lemon.
What they had to say.
Good
and
Lord.
Here you have a world-renowned reporter, Don Lemon. No one questions that he is a reporter. And for him to be arrested for doing his job, and for them to attempt to restrict his ability to do his job, was just an egregious misuse of our justice system. And I think about this every day, that this is the 250th year of our democracy. And I just wonder how much more our democracy will be eroded with this administration.
And Mayor, do you know if there's any folks who have been injured or any damage to the properties in the area of the protests?
I've not heard of any damage. I've not heard of anybody that has been injured.
What about the buses that were being blocked? Were there passengers there? Were they able to?
I do believe that Metro was rerouting the bus routes, and I don't believe that bus routes, and I don't believe that there was vandalism to the buses. This again is ongoing right now, so something could have happened in the last few minutes that I'm not aware of.
What would you like to tell folks? We are going to be seeing protests tomorrow, on Sunday.
You know, I mean, I just have to say that I think the protests are extremely important, but it is equally important for these protests to be peaceful, for vandalism not to take place. That just hurts the city. That does not impact the administration in any kind of way that is going to bring about any type of change. However, I will say that what can happen if the protest gets violent, that is exactly what I believe this administration wants to see happen, because then don't be surprised if the military re-enters our city. Peaceful protest is critical. I can only imagine what would happen to our democracy if people were not protesting right now. It is an American tradition. It is part of our rights, our First Amendment right.
What did you think about January 6th? Just curious about that.
To vandalize property or to create any type of violence.
And can you tell us why there was an unlawful assembly and why the crowd was ordered to disperse?
What I saw originally, now again, this might have changed. Originally, there was a problem at the federal building. I know that tear gas was dispersed by the federal officers because they were blocking an entryway to a parking lot. I know that. And if there was any more after that in terms of clashes with LAPD, I don't believe that happened, but I am not sure. I don't have the facts.
Mayor, what type of strain does this put on the LAPD?
It puts tremendous strain. I mean, we're already struggling with the police department right now in terms of overtime costs. We are strapped in terms of the hiring and the number of officers that we have. So this just puts an incredible burden on our city. But I will tell you that peaceful protests, again, is a whole nother thing. When people protest peacefully, when you don't have to worry about officers being pelted with rocks or slingshots or any of that, that is an entirely different situation.
And is that what happened? Were objects being thrown to officers?
Yes, objects were being thrown at one point in time. Yes.
Do you know what kind of objects?
No, I do not. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, Mayor. Have a great night.
What an idiot. So yeah, the fact that they brought Don Lemon into it speaks volumes. Trump is your president for 20. Says, I love how all of these IDOT's default protest mode is harassing everybody and blowing annoying ass whistles. Leering center tax grift, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hail to you. Let's see. I got that one. Riley the guy says, correction, Karen. It's the 250th year anniversary of our republic, not a democracy. Thank you. Laughing Man says, where did all these impersonators in the chat come from that say you never read their super chats? Wait, I didn't pay for this. Can't wait for MegaCon 199. Can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. We finally are getting everything lined up. It's been a while. I know many people have been screaming at me about that, but it's finally been a while and we're getting there. Over on Rumble, Pre-Dawn Corp says, Jeremy, when are you going to do a seatless unicycle stream? Also, Suffa in jail, Don Lemon. He's gay. He's broke down Lemon. He has lemonades. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But what is this? Is this live?
Protesters, they also say, according to LAPD, that protesters were throwing objects at the officers and some arrests were made. So we were covering the latest for you right here on Live Now from Fox as this all unfolded tonight out of Los Angeles. We're going to keep an eye on that. It seems that some of the protesters at least have gone home for the night, but we're going to keep an eye on that. If we see anything come up, we will bring that to you here on Live Now from Fox. This does conclude our live coverage for the night, but we'll be back early tomorrow morning with the latest on everything happening across the country and the world. Right now, we're going to take a 2-minute break. After that, you'll see our overnight playlist that has all of your top stories and events from the day. And we'll see you back here live tomorrow morning. Good night. Thank you so much for watching Live Now.
All right, there we go. Narco says, F it, I'll throw another super. China and North Korea both use Democratic in their official state names. That is the same way Karen, this timeline is using the term democracy. She is fucking terrified, as she should be, 100%. She should be. I mean, this is all like, she's going to be the next target now. And she's going to end up looking really, really bad as more attention is on her. Mark of Reality says, blocking traffic is not peaceful. Forcing people to listen to your mind-numbing political propaganda is not peaceful. They should be able to ignore you. Correct. You're welcome to, like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I have a problem with protesting. I do have a problem with people disrupting the peace. And that's what this shit is. They are disrupting the peace. And they've been doing it for a long fucking time, and they keep getting away with it. And this is what people are sick and tired of. Like, again, does this look like a fucking pro? Later. Bye, everyone.